It's a victory against all odds. Our rivals said the Netanyahu era was over, but we joined forces and turned the tables.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu claims victory but remains short of a majority in parliament. Hello, I'm Anand Naidu and this is The Heat. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu holds the current lead in Israel's third national election in less than a year, but remains short of a governing majority. Former Armed Forces Chief Benny Gantz of the centrist Blue and White Party stopped short of conceding defeat, saying the election could result in yet another deadlock. For more, we turn now to CGTN's Stephanie Freid in Tel Aviv. So, Stephanie, what's the latest and who has the best chance of putting together a governing majority? Is it Netanyahu or Gantz?
Well, seemingly it would be Netanyahu. He's ahead. He's got the lead. He's got a right-wing bloc of 58 of the 61 majority seats right now. This isn't the final vote count. But we've heard this before. We've heard both Benny Gantz and Benjamin Netanyahu declare victory, and yet Israel is again at a third election. So it all comes down to now negotiations. It comes down to the president deciding which is the better candidate to form a government, and in those negotiations, how tough they're going to be, and what potential partners are wanting in terms of ministerial positions, in terms of budgets, which parties are willing to sit with other parties inside of a government. Benny Gantz potentially, if alliances are formed that seem unlikely at the moment or possibly seemed unlikely in the past between his party and a nationalist party, and then a joint list of Arab parties, possibly Benny Gantz could be the person to form a government. But again, Israel's been here before, and nothing is certain, certainly not at this point.
So, Stephanie, very fluid situation right now. One other challenge for Benjamin Netanyahu, and that he goes on trial for corruption in just 2 weeks. Will that have any impact on his ability to form a government? Of course, in late January, he withdrew a request for immunity from prosecution. With the election now over, how likely is that he would perhaps resubmit that to Parliament?
Well, the understanding is that he's going to fight against the entire process of his trial, of possible jail time, and fighting against that possibly could mean that he's going to try and discredit the Attorney General, discredit the process he already has. He's already said that the legal system, the police, the investigators, the Attorney General, that it's all a pile or a mound of lies that's against him. It's fair to assume that he will go back to that strategy again. And the understanding before going into this latest election is that he'll try and discredit the allegations and the charges and the Attorney General by saying, this is the popular vote. I am what the people want. Israel has no legal precedent for a prime minister sitting in office and standing trial, or for a political figure trying to form a government while on trial. That trial starts in 2 weeks, as you said. So this is all uncharted terrain, uncharted waters. What Benjamin Netanyahu may do or will do, really there is, again, that expectation that he's going to try at all costs. He will, at all odds, try and get out of this trial and out of any prosecution.